Hey guys, Jerry here, and welcome back to Factorio. To start with, we're not gonna focus on any sort of automation. We're instead gonna focus a bit on combat, because my little radar thing has discovered that down here there is one of these layers of nasty little... I would say nasty little hobbitses, but that's not quite true. Let's see, research. We need to go towards solar panels, so I guess we need the advanced electronics here. We just got the oil processing and we'll get started on that in just a moment, but for now we need to clear out this hive down here. Now as you can see I'm zooming... Oh god damn it, small worms as well. Alright, that means we can't clear out this hive down here. I cannot deal with these worms. And I'll happily show it to you. I'll just quickly save the game here, just in case. And then let us give it a try. So, all of these things will attack us, and they're nasty little buggers. Luckily our shotgun makes rather quick work of them, and we don't lose too much health. But the worms, they hit quite hard. And these little buggers, they keep spawning again, and we don't really have the range to deal with the worms either. Oh come on, die already. If we take the submachine gun here instead. See, this one has to be targeted, and it uses every single burst uses like a full ammo cartridge. So this was basically like our health is too low now to continue. So that's not gonna go as well as I had hoped it would. We need to make more ammo. That's one thing at least. Let's get 10 of these. We don't actually need this pistol. You know what? I'm gonna make a little... Let's also, once we have this ammo, let's make a little crate somewhere where we can toss all the stuff that we don't need anymore, like the burner drills and such. I actually don't think you can deconstruct stuff just yet. It might be there's some sort of deconstruction machine further on, but for now, we don't have that option. So I'm just gonna make a little crate. Let's put it right here and say, okay, this is where we put all the stuff that we don't need anymore. So we don't need a stone furnace, we don't need that. We might actually need a stone furnace, they're used for some things, some recipes. But we definitely don't need that, and we don't need our pistol either. So let's instead focus that, and get a couple more shotgun shells here. Now, I'm tempted to go down there again since my health has regenerated quite a bit, so once daytime comes, maybe if we start out with the submachine gun, we can actually hit one of the worms from range. Alternatively, we can wait until we have some more military technology, like Military 2 here will get piercing rounds, which do a lot more damage. So that would be pretty good. The flamethrower is also a beast. Yeah, let's get Military 2. Now, oil processing. Oh, we can make the heavy armor. I think that if we make the heavy armor, that we can definitely take them on. So let's do that and put the old armor in here. There we go. Now we can definitely take them on. And morning's coming, so yeah, combat. Let's go. Now you'll see why we can take them on with the heavy armor. Like the resistance on this stuff is fantastic compared to just the normal stuff, which is again fantastic compared to just... Let's get the shotgun out again here. You see, these guys, they're not doing damage to us at all. So let's get some range and see. So I'm just standing here and spamming, and let's take out these things. Swap weapon again. Shoot the worm. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Alright, now we just need this thing. And the spawner itself. But yeah, you can see our health is going down a lot slower than it was before. So, like, the armor really helped a lot here. That's useful. So yeah, in just a couple of shots we'll have this thing all safetied out, and we can pick up these little alien orbs thing. Now I'm just quickly gonna have a look a bit further down this way, see if there's any more close by. It doesn't appear that way. So our area is now a lot safer than it was just a moment ago. We need to make more ammo. Like, we need to set up a machine to make the ammo for us, basically. Normally, I don't really use the submachine gun, but here, being able to target the worms specifically was actually really, really helpful. So, yeah, that's that. Anyway, research. Since we now have the basic oil processing, we need to learn something about fluid handling, and we need to learn something about the advanced oil processing. But you can see this one here requires the big science packs, or the next one, next tier up, which we don't have. So I'm going to focus instead on the solar energy. And then, no, actually I'm going to focus first. Oh god, everything's so expensive all of a sudden, I just realized. Everything's really expensive. Lasers would be good for laser turrets later on. Engines would be good for a car, like a car is really fantastic as well. You can just run over all those little things. Now let's get the solar panels. And if I could stop shooting for a moment here, then we can get on with the oil processing, because in order to process oil, we need to first of all get it out of the ground. So that we need where is it again? We need a pump jack. So we need a bunch more steel than we have. We need some iron pipes, various things. So let's have a little stroll through here, picking up stuff. Grab some steel as well, and that should allow us to make a pump jack. Now, one pump jack will allow us to do quite a bit. Let's see, we also need an oil refinery. And now we're actually out of this stuff up here, so let's again run a little trip, just pick up everything. Oil refinery has been queued up. Let's just remove that again, actually. Because we can make it faster, because we have these sub-components now. Let's actually just have a look. I think we have enough iron ore coming in now. Like, we're again getting to the point where we can actually use up all this stuff, so maybe upgrading some more furnaces would not be such a bad idea. Steel furnaces, but then again, I really want to make a chemical plant first before we do any of this other stuff, so... But we have the pump jack now, so we can set that one up. Now, we want to use the oil field that has the highest yield, so 239, 273 there. We have 239, 255, 76, 266. So this one, 273, is by far the strongest we have right here, and I kind of want to go with the close ones for now. So let's get this one and send the oil. How big was this one? You can see, like, when we put over it, it'll say 2.7 oil per second. Let's send the stuff down this way. And then we can set up the refinery that we have. As you can see, it can take oil in from two sides. Let's move it all the way down here, actually. And then we can hook up a pipe here. Let's see, can we make the pipe long enough to actually go all the way in? Yes, we can. Now we just need some power over here, so let's get a couple of these big ones. And a couple of medium ones as well, and then see where can we pick up power from. See, it'll reach here. This is how far it'll reach, which is pretty good. Which then means we can set one of these up here. That should take care of the pump jack. And we can actually extend this one all the way down here to actually take care of the refinery as well. So we have like a little substation going on for the pump jack. Alright, so we got oil being pumped into this, and the only thing we can really do is basic oil processing. So this takes 5 seconds to use 10 crude oil, and you get 3, 3, and 4 of the various products. So you get some heavy oil, you get some light oil, and you get some gas. That's basically what you get. And this stuff comes out of each of these little valves you can see in the end here. So we need to hook all of these up to either some storage or to something else, because if it fills up like this, then the oil refinery can't work anymore. So that's why we want the fluid handling, so we can have a big tank of raw oil, and tanks for each of these stuff as well, so we can kind of, you know, group them or pick it up as, collect them as it's being, like, so we don't have, what's the word I'm looking for again? so we don't have bottlenecks. Bottlenecks, that's the word. In the process. That's what we want to avoid. Let's just quickly make a nice little steel furnace here to speed up some of the iron. And let's be stupid and put it all the way down here. And then let's have a look here. So the way that you use the oil then is that you can pump it directly into a chemical plant, which is pretty much what we're gonna have to do for now. Ideally you actually want like 3 of these because you have 3 different products here and you need to do something with all of them. Now as it is right now we can't really do much with them other than make solid fuel, I believe. So let's toss this one down here. And see, you can make solid fuel out of all of them and you can make lubricant out of the heavy oil. So that's basically what we can do right now. Lubricant is needed to make engines for cars. We don't have that technology yet, so that's going to be a bit further on. And one of the really annoying things about this is because we don't have fluid handling, we can't actually put the stuff into barrels or anything in order to move it around, so we have to use pipes. And again, the only thing we can really do with it right now is to make solid fuel. That's all we can do, but again, you can see the solid fuel here, fuel value 25 megajoules. If we look at, like, do I have a piece of coal on me? Yes, that's 8 megajoules, so 1 solid fuel is about as good as 3 pieces of coal. So we could potentially stop coal mining altogether and thus stop that pollution and then use the solid fuel from the refinery instead. I think the oil is actually an unlimited resource. Like, I don't think there is actually a quantity underground when you have the deposit like that. So, in some sense, it would make sense to do it. But then again, we still have a lot of coal up here to use, and we have that set up already. Let's see, how much oil do we actually have on the other side of this little lake here? If we can get around. There are a bunch of deposits. Let's see, 146, 198, 225, 302, 364, 393, 400. Okay, we actually have more oil over here. 400, that's 388. Yeah, there's a bunch of really big oil deposits over here as well. But you can see whenever I'm mousing over them, there's no like there's a yield. But there's no like quantity or anything listed, so I think it basically goes on unlimited. But again, we're working on solar energy now as well. But the main thing about the oil is that we need it for stuff like sulfur, which is needed for batteries, which are again needed to actually make solar energy worth it because you need to be able to store the stuff for nighttime. So there's a lot of like stuff necessary and needed to actually progress around. And right now we're a bit stuck on the technology front. So let's instead spend some time and build some walls. So we're building a wall up here and over here. Now this wall here, it's gonna look a bit strange, but whatever. Let's just make a nice square one. Whoops. Almost enough. But yeah, at least our area is kind of getting closed in now from one side. And since we protected ourselves from the other side, it's gonna take a bit of time before anything else pops up there. Let's see. We really need to up these steel furnaces again. I need stone bricks. Can we steal some stone? Can we pause this factory for a bit? Let's remove this for a bit. And actually, yeah. Just let this one cook for a bit. We have 5,000 stone left here, so that should be quite a few bricks, but yeah. We need to keep a little reserve of them in order for us to, you know, upgrade the furnaces. We got plenty of steel, that's not a problem at all, but we need the stone as well. Like, you can't just do it half the things needed to upgrade. But we have a lot of vials of technology stuff going around the conveyor belt here. So I'm actually thinking it might be worth upgrading this one to have a couple more labs, you know, to speed up the research, because at the moment we can't even consume the stuff faster than we're gathering it. Which in itself is quite impressive, I must say, but alright, let's quickly go down here, upgrade, just start from one end. So let us make 2 more labs. And then we can start. Let's see if we remove these. There we go. That should give us room for another couple of labs in here. We have them ready already. And we can just copy the pattern that we have so far. It seems to work nice. Work out well for us, so get those, get some inserters going. And that should speed up the technology just a wee bit. But since there's not actually anything to do right now, I'm gonna skip ahead until we can make some solar panels. Alright, research is done. So we should now be able to make solar panels. However, as everyone knows, solar panels only work during the day because they need solar. They need to see the sun. So instead what we're gonna do is we are gonna get some sulfur processing going here. And then once we have that, we can move on to researching batteries, which will allow us to make the power storage that goes with the solar panels, so that we can, if we have a surplus of energy being generated during the day, we can then use that during the night, and thus actually for real cut down on the amount of steam power we need. So let's see here. We have 1 solar panel. That is all we have. But again, if we just dedicate like a nice little... Do we have any areas we're not using? We don't really use the area over here, so let's just put them here. We can always move them around. But yeah, so you can see the lamps just turned off. It's turning daytime. The power output on the solar panel here is climbing upwards. And if we look on the production graphs here now, and actually set this to like 1 minute here, you can see that all of a sudden we had some sort of power being made from solar, meaning that this one actually started dipping a bit. We've been at capacity for a while, like the refinery and the chemical factory that we haven't set up yet. They're gonna put us above capacity, so I kind of want to increase our power production a wee bit before we really go into that stuff. Again, it's the basic tech is nice enough to have, but it's not that useful, which is actually kind of sad. Because like without all the advanced stuff and the actual purpose of having solar, it doesn't really help us. Or that solar oil. So that's that. I've managed to upgrade all of the iron furnaces now here, so as you can see we've managed to get completely through the backlog of iron ore. So now we're back down to being in a deficit here, so let us grab a bit of this iron we have here and toss another one of these miners on. Again, it's just a matter of, like, the more you use, the more you need to produce. That's very, very basic capitalism. Or logistics processing requirements. Why are you not getting fuel? Oh. There's not enough coal being transported over there. Are we actually... Oh god. We don't have enough power to power the coal drills, that's why. We are running out of power, guys. Which means that... Well, if we're a bit clever, we can save this for a moment at least. If we pick up some of this coal here and distribute it ourselves to the boilers. We really don't want to have a brownout here, so let's get this in here. That should bring the temperature in these back up, meaning that machines will start working fast again. But again, the temperature is only 96. Which is a... Okay, it's climbing. 97, 98, 99. Are we gonna reach 100? No, we're not. We need an extra boiler. Now, the problem with my current layout of these steam engines is that there's not enough room for an extra boiler in the straight line. So what we can do is put in a boiler here, and then that'll take some of the burden off of these over here. But that means this engine, of course, will not receive enough power. So I'm actually gonna sacrifice a wee bit of productivity here and pick up all of this stuff. And let's get the pipes. Put in one boiler, and then we're gonna make an extra couple here. And then we're gonna rearrange these so that they go like this. Instead. Now we just need to hook them all up to electric poles. So let's see, can we... If we could sneak in there and actually place one of those here behind, that would be fantastic. But that means we need to make one of these fancy underground pipes, and that means we need some iron. So let's just yoink that for a bit, make a fancy underground pipe. We can't actually fit one in here, that's annoying. So we're gonna have to just walk in manually in order to place this. Just cut the connection for a moment. Now this thing here is in the way as well. Which is again a problem, because that means everything else is gonna shut off. This is becoming such a mess so quickly. Almost there, almost there. Now we just need enough coal. Which, if we, again, steal a bit and toss some in here where it's needed the most. The machines themselves should take over, hopefully. I'm hoping it'll all even out now, but then again, we have increased production a lot. We haven't increased the coal production at all. So I'm thinking that if we have the power, we should probably get another coal miner up here. But again, that leaves us running into the issue of not having enough power down here, because these things are already at cap performance. So we need to make another one of those as well. And that means even more iron is needed. Which, again, is why I really want to make some solar panels and some storage, so we can actually get this, take some of the load off of the steam engines. That's gonna be, like, again, it's night time right now, so that means the steam engines are, of course, working overtime, which is not a situation you want to be in, ever. See, can we fit in? Let's just try and mirror this. There we are. Alright, that has freed up a bit of performance, and now we can put in an extra coal miner. So we want to put this, I guess, over here. And one more little electric pole. And the lamp, because I'm tired of not being able to see them up here. Alright, so we got a bit more coal coming in now. We do have this splitter here, which is still doing a fine job. And this one making sure that it's packed as tightly as possible for the boilers down here. As you can see, the two of the last boilers here, they're not burning at all. They don't need to. It's enough with the first 6. But, again, should we add another steam engine onto this, we'll need the last 2 as well. Because we'll need to pump more and more water in. But for now, at least, I think we've averted the worst crisis. So we got sulfur processing being researched. We still not making a huge dent in the amount of available research science packs here, but at least some stuff is happening. Let's just toss these in here. Some stuff is happening at least, which means that before too long we'll have sulfur processing, and then I'm gonna continue on directly with the storage, the battery science here. So I'm gonna get this one and get this one. So get the sulfur processing, get the batteries, and then once I have that, I'll see you guys again. So until then, I'm Jerry, this has been Factorio, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!